Unscripted Kayfabe.
Is a no bullshit review about the con that we watch.
Analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe.
Alright, welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. How has it been? Is this shit on my face? Oh, fuck. On that side. How has it been? I don't know why I'm saying that even. This is the... Hey, fuck, am I charismatic? Oh, fuck, I don't give a shit to say it. Holy shit. This is the first Unscripted Kayfabe since June. But more importantly, this is the 1 year anniversary. This is the 1 year anniversary of the Unscripted Kayfabe. I'm going to describe you what we do here. You know, like Triple H says, Paul Levesque all the time, is what we do, is what we do. I'm going to describe what we do here. What we do here on the Unscripted Kayfabe is we talk about... We're gonna talk about it later, but it's funny, you know, coming from him, very rich. He's already saying stuff like talent shouldn't be pushed because they're not getting as big of reactions as Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I can argue one person is. He goes by the name of his government name is Sean Ricker. It's an L, it's an A, and it's Niht. L.A. Knight? Yeah. Stop your bullshit, Paul. It's not even like hypocrisy, which again, you know, everybody in this world is hypocritical of something, and we know that. It's not like we live with hypocrites. You live with hypocrites. You can't. All of us are hypocrites. That's not something I'm trying to say, but it's like, that's the fucking fact. That's fucking fact. But what's not is bullshitting. It's bullshitting. Which again, this could be a fact too. But I'm just talking about in terms of his bullshitting. It's just this. It's that he wants to sway a narrative that he wants to for the people he wants. But okay, so not naming LA Knight. People as more over than Cody and Roman, not naming LA Knight. Got it. Fuck him. I'm not a huge LA Knight fucking fanboy either. I don't really care. I mean, it's just, I want better television. I want different television. I want just a better product, but fuck Triple H. I generally could care less. Fuck the dude. As I was going on, this is the 1 year anniversary of the Unscripted Kayfabe. Going back to episode... No, I don't know which episode would this be called. Episode 44? Fuck, I really don't know. I think this is 44, 42. I don't fucking know. 43, probably. And you would say, why have I not done like fucking 52 episodes a year or shit? I mean, the product tells you, and my interest in pro wrestling kind of died, kind of came back somehow. Kind of died over the last part of the winter, from like fall. I think it was November until like January, so I was like kind of out of it. And then the weekly shows just stopped covering them like I did. And I tried to do that again, and just was like, it fell flat on its ass. You know how much of a fucking pain it is to go cover these weekly shows? It's like I'm sitting there arguing and ranting. I'm like, I don't need that on my fucking, mindset. I mean, you can hear my opinions, and they were very valid about them, and they were very honest, and I don't bullshit on anything what I say. That I don't. You might not like what I have to say because you're too of a shill and you're too of a WWE universe boy, or either you're a fucking sicko from AEW. So I could give two fucks what you guys say. But overall, I believe that I did that. But again, it was just, this shit's too fucking. It's too hard to sit through weekly pro wrestling shows. They fucking eat you up. I mean, hey man, I don't even watch Raw, and listen, Dynamite has been much better, but it's still like not hard to. I might start covering Dynamite again. We'll see about it, when that could happen, but it's just a bunch of random pro wrestling that, I mean, I don't know what the fuck I want to talk about the show. There are times where we had a show before Forbidden Door that was basically a fucking shit show. It was pro wrestling and just pro wrestling only, and I'm like, okay. So it's supposed to be pro wrestling and pro wrestling only? Is that what we're getting at? Is that the most important part of running the fucking show? It's gotta be only pro wrestling only? What about layering in those backstage segments or backstage interviews? No. Pro wrestling, pro wrestling, pro wrestling. It's like, dude, let something breathe for a second. No, pro wrestling. It just showed more of the reason, like, I mean, Tony Khan is a pro wrestling booker who likes to book matches. The story idea of telling stories on a weekly television, I don't see him doing it. I don't think he cares to do that. He has people like John Moxley who like that aspect and who are probably one of the best storytellers in the business currently. But, I mean, that's why John Moxley has the fucking creative control on the ball, which we're going to get into that on the SummerSlam review, which will be coming up live probably tomorrow, or I guess today, or whatever. It'll come up live when it will. So tune in for that, I would say. And covering Dynamite, I might start covering again, and it's just like I really want to, or if I want to, I don't know. I don't know if I want to really cover the shows. Really, it's hard. It's hard to cover Dynamite. It's hard to cover all these shows. They're ridiculous. They're very much not fun to cover. They're not. They were not fun to watch either. But again, as I said, it's just that's what's the part of it is. Back to my point about the Unscripted Kayfabe, right? Which is this is the 1 year anniversary. Happy birthday! Applaud. I got anything going here? I mean, what the hell did I say? Happy birthday! I'm just gonna fucking happy birthday. No, I'm just gonna say happy birthday to the Unscripted Kayfabe. It's like, it's like you do birthday parties and you celebrate a birthday a little fucking late. That's what I'm doing. It's like people gotta celebrate their kids' birthdays a little late. I mean, because of fucking reasons, I don't know, whatever. It's like they're busy or whatever, and they have like a big birthday party. So this is the celebration. I mean, the birthday was on June 25th or whatever. It was May. I don't know. When did I upload this? Back in May or June? You gotta go back to May or June when I fucking uploaded this. I think it was May. But June is where really the first episode started, so I still say it's June. I mean, it was in the inner workings in May, and before this, I did the Wrestling is Theater podcast. That was a different time for me, and it was a different era. I don't look at that stuff really and say, when I started the show, I was like, this show's got to be more authentic, and you're gonna hear about my unscripted rants, unscripted discussions, unscripted opinions about what I just watched. That's what the Unscripted Kayfabe was born to be. It was born to be me talking about my unscripted opinions about pro wrestling, the shit I just saw, the good or bad, it doesn't really matter. An honest, unscripted opinion. You can't script this shit. I don't fucking. You can't script this show. This show is to the heart it beats. It's an unscripted, authentic show where I do not have any reason to bullshit or say anything about anything. You have to get that, hopefully. But it's an unscripted kayfabe. It's called. And I mean, 43, 44 episodes. This is the 43rd episode, 44th. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't know what it is really. I mean, I'm losing track on that shit. Definitely. You could say there were probably some shows I didn't choose to cover. Yeah, Redemption. I mean, why would I cover that? I saw clips and I'm like, okay. And the interest, I just didn't care. Like, the show is a collision card, and I saw people fucking tear that show into threads. I'm like, okay, makes sense. Forbidden Door. I didn't cover that show, did I? I didn't. You know why I didn't? Because I'm fucking tired of that concept. And I mean I fucking, if you want my thoughts on the Osprey and Swerve match, I thought it was the best match of the year. It could be, honorably. It's honorable. It's like, it is like up there with match of the year contendership. I mean, Osprey and Swerve, it felt like that final blow from their, like, too bloody, like, fucking brutal, and just who really wants this, and they're legit beating the piss and blood out of each other. And it was a fucking cool ass match. I mean, this match was rockin' hard cool. I fucking love that match. Rockin' hard cool match. I mean, love Osprey and Swerve what they did. But again, I just said Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door to me was a dead concept. Forbidden Door to me has not meant anything since probably when CM Punk was on that show. Like, the last Forbidden Door I think of is the one in 2023. Even the one in 2024, Tajusi versus Bryan Danielson, I think, was on that show, right? Even that one, I didn't like. Even that one, I didn't really mind. I mean, but if you're talking about, that's where the thing started showing, and things started really showing that. But I would say really go back to the really last one I really cared about was probably 2023, and that's an incredible Forbidden Door. If you talk about a Forbidden Door where it felt like it was still Forbidden Door, I can go back to the one where CM Punk wrestles Kojima, I think. And then we got MJF wrestling Tanahashi. We got I believe we got Osprey, who was a New Japan talent, then wrestling Kenny Omega, the AEW talent. I mean, could you, Bryan Danielson, Kazuchika Okada? You could not get the most, honestly, top star Forbidden Door, peak Forbidden Door show that they could have put on at that fucking moment. And they fucking did. So, like, come on. It was kind of a step down maybe from the one last year, but it was still a fucking great fucking show then. I mean, come on, for being Forbidden Door. Sorry, now the concept's just so fucking dead. It's just a pro wrestling jerk off for Meltzer and his New Japan fetishes. I don't know what's the point of Forbidden Door. So I didn't want to cover it, neither I choose to cover it. No. But back to what I'm telling you about the Unscripted Kayfabe. The reason why it's called the Unscripted Kayfabe, because I come on here and I talk about pro wrestling in the most unscripted way possible. The stuff I see, and then when I review a show on this platform, I come on here and I give you the unscripted rants and the unscripted positivity about the kayfabe that I watched. Now we know kayfabe is the con that everybody tries to make look real. So it's pro wrestling, basically. There we go. You will get my live opinion about honest and no bullshit. Like, we go live with this shit. Why do we do this show live? Which I didn't do it live at the start of it, but I think my first show I did live was in September. So we're going on the first anniversary of the live Unscripted Kayfabe review. That was All Out, I believe, right? Was it All Out? I don't know if it was. I'm kind of messing it up, but I think it was September. It was All Out. But so it's been close to a year since I've always been doing this live, really. It's fun to do it live. That's the point. It's very much the thing to do. It's fun to do it live. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe, and I like to do this stuff live. It's very much to me important to do this stuff live. I can't really, say why I didn't do it. And why is it called kayfabe? I have that pulled up, maybe, if I would say that, even what I described it off, right? I have it right here pulled up. I'm gonna right here do it in front of y'all. So the name Unscripted Kayfabe, y'all gotta listen to this, right? Hopefully. So the name Unscripted Kayfabe comes from a talking point of view that isn't corporate or has any scripted narratives involved. While we appreciate pro wrestling as an art form and analyze the storylines from a kayfabe perspective. From the product, we analyze the storylines. We talk about the product in the most honest and the unscripted vibe, in the most unscripted way possible. This is why it's called the Unscripted Kayfabe. It comes from there's no corporate, there's nothing like that. We don't talk about, we don't try to shill. There's nothing to shill here. Dude, let me fucking make you understand that right there. There is nothing to shill with me or shill on this platform. We don't talk about goddamn shills and sickos. I mean, we don't need to. We don't talk about, we give you honest criticism here. We give you honest criticism on this show, on this platform. The honest, absolute criticism and positivity when it's needed. When it's not positivity, I don't give any positivity. Fuck no. But it's like honest appreciation, or I praise the show. I praise something if it's good. I don't tell you, oh my god, everything is great. This was so great, such a great show. I would never be bought and paid. Neither I care to go on these press conferences and fucking talk to idiots out there. I don't want to ever do that either. Because I won't be authentic, and I'll be like, I want people to be like, you know, like, whatever. It's like the shill and being part of something. It's bullshit, and you gotta call it out. When you get bullshit, you call it out. You don't sit back and you just say, you gotta call it out, man. You gotta understand that this is what we do here. This is what we do. This is what we do. Mr. Paul Levesque says that all the time. This is what we do here on this show. In the most unscripted way possible. It's a unscripted show about the con that we watch. I mean, this is not reality to me. The show is not reality to me. It's this whole face, and if I get over animated about stuff, I'm not like this in real life. I don't need to tell you, right? I don't really need to tell you what I am or how I am. It's like, but this is a kayfabe. This is a show. This is all a show. But all part of the show and part of the kayfabe is a unscripted discussion, which this is something that is generally not at all fucking fake. This is very much an unscripted discussion here. You will not hear any fucking flop and slop from me. You will hear no, I won't shill this shit. I won't fucking leash off AEW or WWE ever. We got some more news coming up here. We might start covering some JCW. Juggalo Championship Wrestling, and also some other indies. I was thinking about covering MLW, which honestly could be promotion of the year. And I might really start covering him. I've really begun to watch it in MLW. We'll see where we go with MLW, really, but I generally prefer what's going on there with MLW. Killer Cross is really doing some great fucking work. So, to my point exactly, we do this the most unscripted way possible. And I don't know if I can mention this over and over again. It's speaking honestly without a script or giving my genuine opinions, basically. And you know what kayfabe is, a wrestling tradition of treating storylines, characters, and realities as if they're real to maintain the illusion for fans. I'm real, but I'm not. This is not me, actually. This is kayfabe. It's all kayfabe. This is all kayfabe. This is all. I don't rant all the time in real life. Who does? This is just This is all the show. This is kayfabe. But but my review will be unscripted about the con that I watched. I'll keep the kayfabe, right? I won't, whatever. But this is all kayfabe here. But I keep but the con will be about the con. That con that I watched would be very off the script, unscripted. Would be a unscripted type of show. A honest, uncensored wrestling discussion, breaking down both the fictional and kayfabe and real life behind the scenes aspect of wrestling. we can critique, as I said, critiquing AEW, WWE, TNA, whatever, even New Japan if we can. A lot of other promotions and everything. The Unscripted Kayfabe, breaking the script, respecting the story. Because I respect what we get, right? The wrestling. Or respecting the con, I would say. The Unscripted Kayfabe, breaking the script and respecting the con. Not always, though, I would tell you. Rep the script. About the con that we watch. Because you're going to hear my honest opinions about it. I don't think I ever need to explain Unscripted Kayfabe ever, probably. I was like, this is the perfect thing to do for the 1 year anniversary. You can have some pro wrestling discussions about what Mr. Paul Levesque is saying about a lot of talent and everything. Another thing he said, which I do want to talk about, which I made a reaction video, go check it out, where he mentioned that talent shouldn't be getting people should not put as much passion into pro wrestling. This was on Busted Open. Which, with a grain of salt, you can't take that it's been taken over by WWE Radio, and everything WWE takes, they kind of turn it into fucking shit. So, who am I to say that? I mean, I fucking know that they did that to ECW. So let's not fucking get rid of that. I mean, you could say, oh, it was under Vince McMahon. I don't give a fuck. I don't generally care, but whatever they've turned, the TNA partnership hasn't really helped TNA at all, barely. Except getting a TV deal, maybe. Other than that, I don't know what they've done for TNA. I mean, TNA could try to survive on their own. I mean, they're not gonna let TNA get their big stars, are they? They're never gonna have a Seth Rollins even go to TNA. Maybe work a TNA match. Like, why cannot Seth Rollins could have not faced Mike Santana in TNA? Why not? If you were really giving back to pro wrestling instead of being corporate and fucking greedy and absolutely a scum of a pro wrestling organization, an absolutely fucking corporate and a corporate environment of your ego that you have of sorts. If you didn't have that, maybe, I mean, you would care about pro wrestling, right? You would care about giving back to pro wrestling, giving back to TNA in this partnership. Having your top stars in AJ Styles or Seth Rollins going out there and working with people like Mike Santana, Leon Slater. But, fuck I know, man. Fuck I know what they wanted to do. I'm just saying, if they genuinely cared about that and what they wanted, they would. So my point exactly, back to WWE Radio, it's going to be the most unscripted. No. It'll be the most narrative of WWE being spoken on the show. We can take an example out of this. This was very much recently, with the example that I'm going to mention here is Danhausen's concert segment. I thought it was great, Tommy Dreamer says. You thought it was great. Yeah, I'm sitting there and he's fucking saying Danhausen out there and saying shit like that. You know? I mean, good God. Like, I don't want to rant about this shit right now because I'm not in the mood of talking about that, but we could. How much fucking bombarded you have... no, I'll make... Fuck, whatever. How much have you bombarded us with Danhausen? How much are you going to bombard us with Danhausen? I was trying to say. it's like the dude is always on television. It's like, dude, I get it, business, money, shit, merch, whatever. You have made him unfucking sufferable. Unsufferable. He's unsufferable. He's insufferable. He's just fucking. He's that little thing you like. Get off my like this annoying little shit. Get him off. It's gone to a point where it's like, what are we doing? Why are we? I was a big advocate for that. I liked Danhausen. I did. I liked him before. A few months ago, I came on here on the Unscripted Kayfabe and I talked about. I like Danhausen very much, and I want him to get a comic book show or a whatever, an animated show would be good for the kids. You know, like if WWE can go ahead and do that, that would be fun. I would watch that show. But dude, having him on your TV in every fucking segment, and every goddamn serious storyline, and we got these fucking cheerleaders out here dancing with Danhausen. Who was this for, a 5-year-old? I mean, I don't fucking know, dude. It fucking sucked, and Busted Open was shilling to this shit, like I said, as this become WWE radio, so. It's what it is. It is what it is. It's called Busted Open, right? Well, they have definitely busted themselves open. A radio full of shells. Letting the WWE corporate propaganda telling you the narrative of what they want you to know. Not honest criticism, not honest opinions, not honest branding anymore from Dave LaGreca, but just, man, everything's great. Man, this wasn't so bad. Well, it fucking was so bad and it was awful, but I guess. So you're not ever gonna hear me from that. You're never gonna hear that side of me. You're gonna hear my honest opinions about what I watched. And back to what I was saying about Triple H's comments on that show. Dude. He says stuff like, I want fans. I wish fans could put this much passion into the wrestlers, rather the creative. It's not like when a coach, makes a decision and like when a player messes up and everybody's like, this coach sucks. This coach is not a run and play. It's like, but the most important thing about that is that if in real sports, and if you think about it, we blame the team overall, but we blame the player too. The thing about this, dude, you're not sports. You keep on going out there and you're fucking telling your fan base and everybody that you think we're idiots, that you're a weekly movie about sports, right? But you're not actual sports. You absolutely take that you're not actual sports. Then why are you saying that we should? It's like NFL or because that's actually sports, and this isn't. This ain't the NFL. This ain't the NHL. This ain't the MLB. This ain't fucking Major League Baseball. Like, fuck out of here, dude. This ain't the NBA. This ain't fucking FIFA World Cup and, the UEFA Championship League, whatever the fucking, soccer leagues that are out there, La Liga. Whatever soccer leagues. I mean, we're just gonna say that this ain't fucking sport. This is a theatric television show about wrestling. It's not even a wrestling show. It's about wrestling. It's like a cosplay. It's cosplaying about wrestling. It's a theatrical television show about cosplaying about wrestling. That's what it is. That's what it's. But that's what we watch. That's what WWE is. What I'm trying to say. It's cosplaying about pro wrestling. Because honestly, I mean, if they really care about pro wrestling, they would do a lot of shit that they would do for pro wrestling, but they don't. But you can't say shit like this, because it's not the same thing. That's real sports. This isn't. When we don't blame a actor for the dialogue in a movie or whatever. We don't blame the actor for making wrong decisions. Because the actor is not writing the fucking character. He's not writing his own character. I mean, so you're telling me that, you know, Trick Williams or people like Joe Hendry are writing their own TV. Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna look fucking stupid. I'm gonna look awful. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, he's going out there and he's a fucking corporate stooge and he needs to shut his fucking mouth. He's bullshitting the fucking wrestling scene. He's bullshitting the fucking wrestling scene. He's bullshitting everybody. He needs to shut the fuck up. Maybe stop doing these shows because you're gonna bullshit and fucking spell your bullshit propaganda. It makes no sense. One is a real sport, one's not. One is a live theatric TV show about pro wrestling. Or cosplaying about pro wrestling, more like in WWE. Where, when it comes to that, we blame the writers. And who are the writers in WWE? The creative. We blame you for because you control the goddamn narrative. None of these talent are going out there making themselves look like fucking terrible. You think these talent want to go out there and make themselves look terrible? Like, what bullshit is this, dude? We are gonna put exactly as much passion to the words the creative. The talent are not gonna get blamed for their narrative. You control their fucking narrative. You control what they're gonna do. You control it. Nobody else does. You control who are they gonna wrestle. You control if they're gonna win. You control if their character is gonna be intriguing. You control what promo they're gonna cut. You script their promo. You control every dialogue they say out on television in the ring. You control all the fucking narrative. You can't sit there and say that we're supposed to put passion in the talent. The talent don't write their own shit. They don't control their... It's not like I have to, in AEW, where it's apparent, and we know that. In AEW, there's no writer. There's no writers. There are no writers, and the talent do their own shit. So over there, I can criticize, and all the criticism goes to the talent in AEW. Because people like Jon Moxley. There are no writers in AEW. There's no writing team in AEW. AEW is all about wrestlers doing their own shit. They control their own narrative. Which in WWE, that's not the case. I mean, I don't know what fucking language I'm speaking here if you understand what I'm saying. That ain't the fucking case in WWE. In WWE, we got people absolutely controlling the narrative. And the writers, they have writers in the creative team to write the dialogue that they want you to say out there. Not what you want to say. It's scripted to a T. Your dialogue, your promos are scripted. That's not the thing in AEW. AEW is very much wrestlers being themselves. It's kind of a negative at some points, but I'm just gonna say, when it comes to AEW, I could blame the wrestlers because wrestlers have the narrative over there for the shit we get. I might get to blame Tony Khan because Tony Khan allows it. I have to blame Tony Khan at the end of the day. But I'm going to blame John Moxley for the terrible Death Rider storyline we got with him holding the briefcase and absolutely being a shill of whatever it was. It was just garbage. The Death Riders were garbage. And I had to blame only the one person I had to blame who was controlling his own fucking narrative and controlling the entire story around the company was John Moxley. Tony Khan was not really to blame. Tony Khan is to blame for the random pro wrestling we get without meaningful reasons, but not for the characters and stories. That's not on Tony Khan. That's on the people who do a terrible job with their characters. That is not a Tony Khan fault. That's a John Moxley fault. Tony Khan doesn't take criticism for that. That goes on John Moxley or Will Ospreay or Swerve Strickland or fucking MJF. It doesn't matter. With AEW, it's a different scenario where these talent hold the fucking narrative all the goddamn time. Well, in WWE, actually all the talent, even Ricochet. Ricochet does some shit. It comes from Ricochet. It doesn't come from Tony Khan. If it's bad, I'm gonna go blame fucking Ricochet for that. Because in AEW, AEW is not very much scripted as WWE is. AEW is not as scripted as WWE in terms of the narrative they spew and what people have to say out there. People in AEW have more, like Ricochet is not a scripted promo guy in AEW. I'm just gonna say that. It's like he says what he's got to say. And if I don't like it and I think it's terrible, it's like he's looking crap and whatever. I mean, like, what is he trying to say? It's not really working. I'm gonna call it out. But my point exactly, you can't sit there and make this notion and this reason to say we need to put passion into the creative, or we need to put the passion into the pro wrestlers instead of the creative. Dude, you hold their fucking narrative. You hold everything they fucking do. You hold their positions. You hold the narrative to push them whenever the fuck you want. You control what they do. Do you think Dominic Mysterio would want to be, if he had all the narrative to be controlled, and if what he thought of himself, do you think he wanted him to look like a fucking fool out here? Instead of maybe going after the world championship in Sami Zayn or CM Punk or fucking Roman Reigns even? Do you think Dominic Mysterio wanted to do that instead of yeah, he really wanted to do fucking do shit with Danhausen and looked terrible. Kill his stock. Kill his momentum, kill his stock. Yeah, Dominic loved to do that. What bullshit do these people spew and everybody just fucking eats it up? I don't get it. You just can't sit there and say stuff like this, dude. It's bogus and it's fucking shit. You can't. You can't sit there and say all this narrative. It's garbage. It's terrible. You just can't sit there and say stuff like this at all. You just can't. It's not the narrative that I would say you need to say, but it's what it is. You just can't sit there and say shit like this. You can't. When you hold their narrative, you hold where they're gonna go. You hold where Joe Hendry's gonna go. You put them at a hold, basically. And you just let them be, or you let them simmer. You hold their narrative. You stop their momentum if you don't want them to go that fast in that position. You don't want Braun Breaker to be the guy. You don't want to push Braun Breaker. You try to, control the narrative. So are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I gotta believe that Braun Breaker, of all people, wanted to lose to Seth Rollins. Braun Breaker wanted to lose to Seth Rollins twice. Yeah, I don't buy that. I'll put my passion into the talent, sure. When it's the in-ring shit. When it's about in-ring wrestling. When it's about the in-ring work. And I can see they're bad. And they're botching. Or they're messing up spots. I'll put my fucking passion, or whatever sort of passion you want. Paul Levesque. Big fucking nose motherfucker. I'll put my passion. And I'll put all my, criticism into the talent if they're messing up the wrestling spots in the ring. If they're messing up a spot, if they're doing this, and if they really mess up a spot in the ring. But when it comes to their character work and what they're doing in terms of where they're going, where their direction's going, that criticism lies on you to build them and help their momentum flourish instead of, stalling them or holding them down or whatever you're trying to do. Hold that narrative. And control the narrative of you're controlling their every single, you control them like puppets. They do what you want them to do. Don't come out here and say fucking bullshit. You were controlled back in when you were not even in the Attitude Era yet. You yourself was controlled. Yeah, we could have told him that, hey, yeah, he really wanted to not win King of the Ring, did he, in 1996? He thought it was a great thing for Stone Cold to win. I mean, he said that he was definitely very upset about that. It wasn't his decision. I mean, if it was his decision, he would have definitely won the King of the Ring in 1996. If it was his fucking decision, he would have won the King of the Ring in 1996 instead of Stone Cold. You, a former wrestler who was supposed to win the King of the Ring in 1996, 30 fucking years ago, don't get to say that. You were supposed to win the King of the Ring, and then you didn't. And the plans changed to Stone Cold. The creative stalled you, and they stopped your momentum. You were riding high with your momentum, and they jobbed you out, or they halted your momentum. They tried to bury you because you fucking went out there and you broke kayfabe. You did that. And they did that to you of all people. You don't get come on a fucking show like Busted Open and say, we don't need to put passion into talent. I said again, we would put passion into talent about the pro wrestling they do. And if they mess up a spot, and if they fucking botch a lot. Like if Nia Jax botches, or Jake Cargill, or Jey Uso, whatever. They'll hear their criticism. You gotta work on that. Go ahead, work on that. I'll tell you my criticism. I'll give them criticism for the in-ring shit that if they fucking mess up a spot or botch. When it comes to character and what they speak and what they say and what position they're on the card, you control it. We don't. Neither do they. It's not like a quarterback, or it's not like a person who's running the play. They don't run the play. Basically they have the ball. They don't have the ball. You have the ball. You have the ball that you control. You give the ball to the people who you want to give the ball to on your timings. You like to give the ball to the people who you like to give the ball to on your own timings. You don't like to give the ball to everybody. It's clear. I mean, come on. You don't like to give the ball. You don't. So we have to show our passion towards you, the creative, for halting a talent or booking a talent terribly. Or why would they write it like that? Yeah, because the talents look like fucking shit. The actor who's acting or whatever, if we want to talk about that this aspect, to say they make fucking movies every month or week or whatever the fuck they said. That actor looks like shit because of the fucking dialogue you wrote and the goddamn scene that you produced. It made him look like fucking garbage and terrible. It even halted him even more down the fucking garbage lineup or shit. I don't know. You control the goddamn narrative. We will absolutely blame the creative. And we will say, why did they write that way? Because you wrote it that way for the talent. They're not going out there and they're not writing their own fucking shit. Gotta be fucking kidding me. You believe that Joe Hendry is writing his own shit? You believe that Trick Williams is writing his own shit? Or whoever out there, you can say. Julia is writing her own shit, who they basically fucking buried. Come on, dude. No, you control the narrative. I mean, Julia would have loved to go and be in the ladder match, win the championship. You halted her. You had her lose to fucking Lash Legend, who is a fucking great-looking, build-up woman and looks like a fucking Titan, probably from Titan Towers. I don't give a fuck how she looks. She's fucking awful. She's terrible in the ring. I could care less. Lash Legend isn't at all any good in the ring. You can't go ahead and say shit like this, dude. You just can't. Well, you control the fucking narrative all the time about these talent. I don't know how you can just go there and say, oh, we should show the passion towards... And the recent thing he said, we're not going to push talent if they're like Roman or Cody. Or they're getting the reactions. Mr. Bullshitter, again, you want to control the narrative of everybody. I mean, you want to... I mean, I guess except LA Knight, I mean, obviously he's getting a fucking great fucking reaction. Are you kidding me? Like, LA Knight's getting a great reaction. As big as a Roman and Cody. For a long fucking time. It's not even like... The first year in 2023, holy shit, blowing the fucking roof off. In 2024, still blowing the fucking roof off. Are you kidding me? I mean, he still gets a great fucking reaction. 3 years later, and he still gets a great yap pop. It's been 3 fucking years, and this guy has maintained that reaction. Are you kidding me? You don't get to say that they're not going to get pushed because of great if they don't get great reactions. One guy does. I don't know why he hasn't been pushed. I mean, if that's the case, why the fuck hasn't he been pushed? Why hasn't he been pushed to the fucking moon? Why did he not win the World Heavyweight Championship when you introduced the belt? Why would you not put the World Championship with the guy who was the most over in the entire fucking company back in 2023? Why did you not do that? Because you control the narrative. You don't want to do that. Don't come out there and say that we're not going to push people. You didn't want to push him because you don't want to push him. What does that have to do with fan reaction? He was getting absolutely incredible, unbelievable fan reaction I had seen ever a talent get in LA Knight. You didn't want to put the world championship on him right away? That's up to you. LA Knight could have easily been world heavyweight champion back in 2023 when they first introduced the belt. They didn't want to put the world title on the guy. They can't say that they want to push talent only if they can get great crowd reactions. One guy's been getting that and you still don't want to push him. Stop, cut the shit. Cut the fucking shit. And back to my point again about them saying that why are we controlling the, like, why would they write that way? Why do we put the passion towards the talent and not do it to the creative? I'm going to say again, repeat myself, we will put the passion to the talent when they fucking mess up a spot or botch here a lot here and there. Sure, in ring shit. But they'll get the fucking blame. For the match timings, it's the fucking writing team and it's the creative team. For the dialogue they speak, the writing team, the creative team, all the above. You're gonna get blamed for that. You're gonna get blamed for their direction, where they're going. That's not on them. They're not writing their own fucking shit. They're not writing themselves in obscurity. You fucking kidding me? So many talent. You think they were writing themselves in? You think Zack Ryder was writing himself getting killed by Kane? Do you think he wanted to get killed by Kane on live TV? Are you fucking kidding me? Come on, dude. He's a fucking stooge and he needs to shut the fuck up because he's just rage baiting the fucking IWC out there. That's what he's doing. Anyways, that'll be it. Again, this is what we do here. This is what we do here, actually. And this is the Unscripted Kayfabe, which is no corporate talking points or scripted narratives. We talk about you analyze all the storylines in pro wrestling in the most unscripted way possible. The con that we watch, we talk about it in the most unscripted way possible. This is the happy birthday, or I would say the first anniversary celebration, the first anniversary celebration, and I would say happy birthday to the Unscripted Kayfabe platform. I'll see you guys later.